Hello everybody. In this video I want to talk to you about dry fasting and Japanese mummified monks. So yesterday I was looking and researching dry fasting. What is the science of it? Is there any benefits? Yes, there are benefits for cell regeneration, for cell regrowth. The body excretes damaged cells better, faster when dry fasting. Also, dry fasting is more effective in burning fat because the body breaks down fat. The body breaks down the fat and it uses the fat as the source of hydration in dry fasting. It said that these benefits can be reached in 48 hours of dry fasting. So pushing further than 2 days of dry fasting is not very good enough. My own experience of dry fasting is that don't move too much. A couple of days ago I did 30 kilometers of walking while dry fasting. It's not a good idea if you have no experience. For sure, dry fasting only stationary. Be very careful. Be very careful when you move so you don't fall, because it might cause a little dizziness. Next, about those Japanese mummified monks. In Japan, this was something like 1600s or something. There were Buddhist monks that mummified themselves. So they ate, at least according to stories, they ate tree bark, seeds, this type of stuff, and practiced extreme dehydration. And they pretty much starved and they died because of that. And then they were buried underground where they mummified the body. And they said that these monks started mummifying while still alive. That's freaking crazy stuff. And in Christianity, in Catholicism, there was stories and these bodies, preserved bodies. They call it incorruptibility. It means that when the body has died, it doesn't decompose and fall apart in the same way as normal human bodies. And some saints have had this happen when they have died. The question is, do austerities like fasting and does spiritual practice like meditation, prayer, this kind of stuff, does it purify something out of the body that in the time of the death makes it so that the body starts to decompose? There's that saying that you came from the dust and you're going to return to the dust. I don't know about it. Dry fasting can also have benefits in terms of blood pressure. Of course, blood sugar is one of those. And human balance, it's not only about hydration or blood sugar. It's a very complex. The funny thing about dry fasting compared to water fasting is that when dry fasting you don't feel hunger. You don't really feel hunger. And dry fasting should be done only when you don't have addictions to stuff like cigarettes, caffeine, drugs. Any type of drug that you take is going to start withdrawal symptoms when you start dry fasting. Those withdrawal symptoms are not the symptoms of fasting though. What I feel from dry fasting is that it detoxifies your body in a pretty different way than with water fasting. But if you have food and the stool, it can cause constipation, and it's a pain in the ass to go through if you have food in the stomach. So the way that you would do dry fasting is that you eat normally, you start water fasting, and you get rid of most of that shit in your system. you can even wane down the intake of water bit by bit until you take nothing, and then you push it to 1 to 2 days, and you're going to see pretty amazing stuff happen when you come back from it. It can be a very strenuous and a hardcore experience. I would feel that most modern human beings wouldn't even want to try it, but as a spiritual practice, dry fasting is just, it's just phenomenal what can happen. The third eye opens in dry fasting, like phew, the dreams there can be very vivid. And at this point I have quite a bit of experience with dry fasting, so I can say that it's not too dangerous. But it's one of those things that you have to get some experience with it, so you don't fuck up. But it's one of those things that you should gain some experience with before you really understand of the pitfalls of dry fasting.